Hello, 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 and welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip LaCour. So glad you're joining me here today for this Workouts for Older Men Live. When you come on, say hello, hello, hello. That is our Workouts for Older Men Live greeting. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Working out, nutrition, motivation. A lot of men asking about motivation. How do you get motivated? How do you make the time? All right. How do you make fitness more of a priority? We can talk about anything that pertains to the journey of life that we're going through now that we're a little bit older, right? Our fitness is just part of it to get more confidence, get more energy, take care of ourselves, really to tackle the other challenges we have in life too. Fitness is a great way to do that. It's a great way for gym therapy to handle stress, make us stronger, right? You know, what is fitness for you? But we can talk about anything here tonight. I always want to connect with you doing this live. Hello, Sarah. Hello on YouTube, and hello, Charlie, over on Facebook. All right, make sure you're on all of my social media platforms: Instagram, Skip LaCour, Twitter, Skip LaCour, YouTube, Skip LaCour page over on Facebook, LinkedIn, Skip LaCour. Make sure you're on all of my social media platforms and click the link in my bio and go over to my skiplacour.com website, where I have a whole library of videos, and I'll link you to the Workouts for Older Men podcast. I've got so many things to help you reach your goals. Also, make sure you're on TikTok, and that's at Skip LaCour. Hello, Mike. How are you doing, sir? Great to have you here. Thomas, hello, hello, hello. Mike and Thomas are on Facebook. Hey, do you guys have a question? So glad to answer any questions that you might have. Did you catch this morning's game face on? Get your game face on first thing in the morning. I do that at 3:30. What am I talking about? 6:30, 3:30 a.m. Pacific time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. 5-minute workout on a you can scroll down and you can see that. But I want you to join me. Have a message for the day. I help out so many men like you. We talk about so many things in life, and I share some of the distinctions and the breakthroughs for a higher quality of life. Now that we're a little bit older, we look at life a little bit differently. So make sure that you join me for the 5-minute workout and 5-minute talk afterwards. 10 minutes every morning. What a great way to start your day, right? So for a 67-year-old guy, how do you know if you're working out too much? Things to look for. Well, do you think you're working out too much? I'm curious. Do you think you're working out too much? Or is that something you're worried about in the future? I'm curious, right? Because, most people don't work out too much. We naturally will pace ourselves. And, so it's interesting. Right? I like to help guys with real things, not imagined things. And a lot of the challenges are sometimes imagined. Santush, hello, hello, hello. Great to have you here. All right, guys. So do you have any questions? I always want to make time for you to connect, hopefully say something interesting, or you may stimulate something interesting. Like I said, kind of long day, still got a couple hours left that I got to get some things done. But like I said, I always want to connect with you. I want to be here during this time for you. Hello, Rita. Great to have you here. So Thomas asks, what's a good calorie count daily to lose weight? I'm 62, looking to lose about 20 pounds. Well, I would have to know to really give you an answer that would be worth anything, right? To know about your situation. I mean, how you say 10 pounds, but I'm curious. It's lots dependent on what you're doing now as far as your nutrition. How much do you know? How many calories you're eating? All right, Thomas, do you have any idea? And don't just guess, because if you don't know, that's part of the biggest challenge, right? See, a lot of guys don't know how much food they're eating. So if I said, 4,000 calories, 2,000 calories, 1,500 really has no meaning because they don't have anything to compare it to. Morning show about reframing was awesome. Awesome. I'm glad you like that. Thank you so much for that feedback. I appreciate that. I got to come up with something new and exciting, something brilliant every single morning, right? I like to put myself through the challenge that way. I mean, you should reach out. I'm trying to focus on mind to muscle, but sometimes it's hard to make that connection. Any advice? Okay, we just, you know, yeah, I did a whole show on this just a couple days ago. Mike. But how do you know that you're? I'm just curious. How do you know that you're not hitting the mind muscle connection? Is that something that you hear? Because a lot of times we're doing the job. Could you take it to that next level? But have you ever felt it? Do you feel like you had it and you lost it, or is it something that you kind of imagine that you're not feeling? And if you did, what would that actually do for you? See, these are the type of things that I can give generic answers, right? So there's just a couple questions asked, right? And this is what confuses a lot of guys. So what's a good calorie count um, daily to lose weight? Well, without knowing that information, I would say 2,000. I'd say 2,500, right? But without any backstory explanation and explaining how it works, it's just a number. And if you have no idea how much you're eating, is that a lot more? Is that a little bit more? Because I could tell you this: most men, when they get somewhat serious, they're not just eating randomly, right? They're paying attention, and they're eating smaller portions. They're probably eating like 1,200 calories, 1,500 calories at the most. They may binge and get off the diet every once in a while, but when they think they're doing a good job, it's like 12 or 1,500 calories, and that give them a certain result, right? So if you don't value, you don't know the values of the food, it's just a number. But I'll just say 2,000, and I'll say 2,500, and then well, how do you come up with that? well, right? But those are some answers that can get you going if you don't take them too little. It's certainly getting you in the right direction. It's not that far off. But again, usually with something that you want to really put some effort into, and you get a generic answer like that without all the backstory, without me going back and forth and explaining to you, there's too much uncertainty that very rarely, if I could tell somebody, okay, this is what I do this, but without knowing the backstory, they're not going to do it. It's just too hard. And then how about if you do it, right, and you're getting results, but they just don't match the results that you think you should get, and then you just see somewhere else said 2,500 or this or that, right? And that's what happens. Sometimes we don't understand how it all works, but we want a black and white answer. I know it would seem like it would work that way. And if you were to just eat 2,000 calories, you would see a result. Now, will that set you up for knowing what you're doing and make it sustainable and certain in the future? No, but it'll give you that short-term answer, that you need. And I guess what's important to know, it doesn't stay constant, right? It doesn't stay constant. You can't just do that, lose those pounds most of the time. And also what kind of weight that you lose, right? And let's see. So that was on the calorie count. How do you know if you're working out too much? I mean, you can do a Google search on overtraining, and they'll tell you about fatigue, lack of enthusiasm, right? Losing strength, those type of things. But a lot of times it's mental. It's mental. It's like you're not, focused. Your why isn't clear enough. And that may seem like overtraining, right? Very few people overtrain. Some do, right? There's some fitness addicts out there, and they don't really care if they overtrain. But I'm curious why you would ask that question. Is that just like you're wondering in the future, or do you feel you're overtraining, or you're not getting the gains that you want, and you're figuring, well, it might be overtraining? I can tell you this: most people when they're looking for the answers why they don't have the body that they want, and they think it's a training program or a supplement they don't have, or not the right amount of protein. Is it 0.08 or is it 1? Right? It's the nutrition in whole that's always the cause of the challenge. A lot of times, too much body fat. Right? So Tom says, I don't know, just started counting calories. I'm at about 900 so far. Is that 900 for the day, or for today you're counting them, or you started counting them and you're eating 900 calories a day? I'm curious, Thomas. Definitely 900 calories isn't going to do it. 2,000 calories minimum, I would say that. And it may seem like a lot if you condition your body to eat such little food, and you're thinking, well, Skip, I want to lose weight, right? It's good to be in a deficit. Well, if you condition your body to 900 calories, that's going to only work for a while, even though you're in a caloric deficit, right? The body adapts. All right, guys. Yeah, Thomas, Mike, and see what and then Sarah. Guys, reach out to me. Text me at 925-352-4366. I would like to go back and forth. I would love to really give you a real answer. Might take me 8 minutes, but we can go back and forth, and I can give you a real answer, right? I mean, I gave you an answer, right? But usually, from my experience coaching men, it's not sticky enough. It's not convincing enough. It's not influential enough for something that you got to work hard and put some expectations on. When you do it that way, I'll give you the personal attention. I'll give you the personal attention and talk to you about it. So when I do give you the information, you can move forward with certainty. All right, guys. All right. So that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men Live. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Come back again. Again, reach out to me, Mike, and everyone needs to sign up with Skip. I did, and I've lost 45 pounds. And it's sustainable. And you understand how you lost that weight, right? All right, guys. So Ryan asked, I forgot to ask, how many hours do I get? I get 6 hours sleep. Solid, right? Let's see. 9, 10, 11. Yeah. 6 hours. And when I hit that pillow about 8 o'clock with the kids, I just am out, right? Started early today, going hard all the way to the finish line, right? We got to live with that sense of urgency, right? All right. So thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you're on all my social media platforms. Make sure you visit skiplacour.com. I posted down below all the different ways that I can help you reach your goals. All right. So take a look at that and reach out, and want to help you do that. All right. So let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.